Welcome back to another lesson on our basic computer skills series. Today we're going to be talking about database management system, DBMS. Here we're going to be discussing the definition of database management system, its different types of database software and how it can be used, its advantages, disadvantages and basic things we need to know in relation to database management system. Now sit back and learn. At the end of this module, you should be able to define the terms database and database management system, also referred to as DBMS. Mention at least 3 fields or places or fields of occupation DBMS can be applied and how. State any 4 examples of DBMS software. Itemize the 4 types of DBMS and mention 4 advantages and limitations associated each with the use of DBMS. What is database? Database is a collection of related data organized in a way that can be easily accessed, managed and updated. Simply put, it is an organized collection of information. Database refers to raw facts or figures that are accessed, managed and updated by a user. It can also be processed data, also referred to as information, organized in a way that allows the user to manage, access, modify or update it. DBMS, Database Management System. This is a software that enables its users to create, manage and organize the integrity of data in a structured database systematically. Simply put, it is a software for creating and managing database. It essentially serves as an interface between the database and end users of the application program, ensuring that the data is consistently organized and remains easily accessible by its users. The DBMS manages 3 important things, of which includes we have the data, the database engine, and the database schema. The data. This is the raw facts or unprocessed information. It can be in form of alphanumeric, numeric, or alphabetic data or raw facts that have been inputted into the system. We have the database engine. This is what allows the data to be accessed or modified. This is what happens during the processing stage of the data that has been input into the software. We have the database schema. This is what defines the database logical structure and enables the view that can be seen or accessed by numerous users. Application of DBMS. DBMS can be applied in various fields of studies or various fields of occupation, of which include DBMS in education and in finance. Database management system software can be used in creating databases that has students or staff registration information. It can consist of database on demographics of students, staff, academic qualifications, extracurricular activities, and cooperative societies or associations of students. It can also be used for creating database that has the results and grades and profiles of students, for preparing payrolls, duty schedules, and so much more, for administrative recording and bookkeeping. In finance, database management system softwares can be used for creating database that has information about sales, holdings, loans, and transactions carried out in institutions that are financially related, for creating books of accounts, example balance sheets, profit and loss account, tax collections account, and so much more, for creating and maintaining customers' information and accounts. In telecommunication and in transportation, DBMS software can be used for tracking and recording of calls made, network and data usage of customers. It can also be used for the processing of purchases and generation of customer statements of accounts or balance, for creating and managing customers' details and backup information. In transportation, DBMS softwares can be used for creating databases on reservations and schedules information, for processing and sorting of clients and staff information, for keeping and recording of transport modes, of which include ships, airplanes or aircrafts, buses, etc., directions and itineraries of travels of its customers. Others include other fields of study or occupation DBMS can be used include human resource management, government institutions, online stores, library management, health institutions, and websites. All of these fields can incorporate the use of DBMS software for recording of their clients or personnel's information, for tracking orders made on online stores, for recording operations of sick individuals or personnel who will be available, and creating schedules that can be managed, for website for tracking data usage of its visitors on a website or back-end users information. Some of the most well-known database management softwares include Microsoft Access, Teradata, MySQL, CA Technologies, Canvas, Oracle Database, IBM DB2, Firebird, and so much more. The most widely used is the one we all know as Microsoft Excel, which can be gotten from the Microsoft Office Suite package. Types of DBMS include hierarchical DBMS, network DBMS, relational DBMS, and object-oriented DBMS. Hierarchical DBMS is established in such a way that one data item is present as a subordinate of another one or a subunit. Creations of database in this hierarchical DBMS can be in form of units and subunits. That is, imputing the data of a faculty can be divided or subdivided into departments, of which can still have subunits of others. That is, information of students and staff or lecturers in Department A can be separated in a hierarchical form from students and staff or lecturers of Department B. Department B can also have subunits that can still be separated into Unit A, Unit B, or Unit C as the user wants. Network DBMS. This DBMS has a relationship about many to one type of data. One unit of data can be associated with other units of data. In the network DBMS, the relationship among the data is in a many-to-many type of, that is, ICT center here as seen can be accessed by external bodies, non-academic staff, academic staff, exams and records, guardians and students. Now, the information in this database that is named ICT can also be used or accessed by external bodies. Now, this same information that is accessed by external bodies can still be used by the academic staff or the exams and records. Exams and records can still be imputed by academic staff, or the information gathered by exams and records can also be related to students. So the relationship among data is can be in a many to many or many to one or one to many kind of relationship. It's without restrictions. It goes in a network. One can be connected to another without restrictions from another one accessing the data in that. Relational DBMS. The relational DBMS relationship is treated in the form of a table, as seen here, consisting of rows and columns in which data inputs are into cells. Now, this has a query language that allows the user to use a keyword. Here we have the ID number of the student showing 500, 501, and 502 as ID number. Now, this ID number can also be used as a data that is being inputted into another database that shows the courses taken by this student. Now, remember that this student has an ID number. ID number 500 is attached to the name Math, which shows that Math under his course or class ID is offering 1001 in fall semester. Now, this shows that the class ID can be used as a key to access the data on the courses it's offering. Now, the class ID 1001 can be seen to be attached to the course title Intro to Informatics. Now, this shows that under the database of class courses or courses offered in a class, courses offered by students of 101 in fall 02 includes math. 102 data mining is offered by 501, which includes Jenny. Now, Jenny can be seen to be offering both a fall 02 course and a spring 03 course. Now, this helps to consist the data in different rows and columns that allows the key use to access different database in different relationships. Object-oriented DBMS. This type of DBMS is able to handle many new data types, including multimedia. It is the most advanced of other types. The object-oriented database allows you to input numeric, alphanumeric, alphabets, pictures, visuals, audio, and audiovisuals. It includes many types of data and which are in different formats without restriction to any format. It is the most advanced of other types as it allows the incorporation of different types of multimedia. As seen here, we can see the images associating with pictures, associating with codes and diagrams. Advantages of database management system. This highlights the benefits that are attached with the use of DBMS to its users. DBMS offers both logical and physical data independence. Now, the users are not bothered with how the data are being arranged physically or logically in the system. When you input a data, the logical and physical aspect of it or the structural way it is being arranged by the system, it's separated from the user. The user do not need to bother with such details. It provides a central store for data that can be accessed by multiple users in a controlled manner. The relationships among data allows users at different locations to access this data. Now, it gives each user a unique code or a unique key that allows the user access it in a controlled manner without any restriction. With a central store for this data, it can be accessed by many users at any time. It provides data security and robust data integrity capabilities. Data inputted into the DBMS are secure and have integrity. That is, data when inputted are not tampered with except the user modifies or restructures it. So it is safe from malware as long as the DBMS is secure and has robust integrity capabilities. It minimizes data redundancy or duplicity. Data inputted do not need to be repeated for modifications or restorations. The data when inputted can be accessed by the user and changed without having to start all over or duplicating the data in another format. It provides simplicity for its users as the overall logical view of data is in a simple and clear manner. DBMS provides the user with a clear description of what the data inputted is supposed to be. It doesn't show the processing order or the process of which the data was modified. It gives out results. Inputted data are processed by the system and shown in clear, simple manner for the users to understand. DBMS provides many views of a single database schema. Test scores inputted into a database by lecturers can appear as processed results to its students. It has the ability to swiftly recover from crashes and errors. Mistakes made during imputation can be corrected without need for total recovery or total change of the whole database. With the integration of cloud data centers to some DBMS software, We now have database management systems capable of storing almost infinite data without geographical restrictions. Cloud data centers allows its users to store data that can be accessed anywhere at any time by its users, which removes the fear of inability to restore data once lost. So data can be saved in the cloud and accessed by users whenever and however they want. Easy retrieval of data using the query language. DBMS provides its users with the ability to recover or retrieve information in a full database by using a keyword or a key code as chosen by the user, as seen in the relational database management system. The input of a student ID number allows the user to get information about the course title registered, course code registered, and so much more information about that. So easy retrieval of data using the query language is one of the many advantages that DBMS provides its users. Functions of database management system. This highlights the restrictions that are associated with the effective and efficient utilization of DBMS to its users. Limitations include an error during data imputation can affect results of the whole database. An example being a lecturer's imputation of a test score of 69 instead of 70 can get a student profile appearing as a B instead of an A. It is expensive to procure as it requires sophisticated hardware, software, and very skilled personnel. DBMS softwares have required or minimum requirements for it to function effectively and efficiently, and the absence of such can result into malfunction or reduced efficiency. It is vulnerable to threats as it is used for holding crucial data and access from multiple sources. As it explains, DBMS allows multiple sources to access its information, which also opens an avenue for threats from different sources. Frequent update is needed and personnel training as database technology needs current updates at all times. For the DBMS software to function effectively, there is need for frequent updates for it to be at par at all times and to also safeguard the information. Hey there, hope you enjoyed this module. Now let's go through what we've learned so far. We learned during the course of this study about the concept of database and database management system, where we talked about database being an organized collection of data or information, and database management system being a software that allows the management, the modification, or organizations of database. We also talked about the application of DBMS in various fields, where we talked about how it is used in education for management of students and staff database information, in telecommunications, in human resource management, online shopping, transportation, and so much more. Also, we talked about examples of DBMS software, where we mentioned that Microsoft Excel is the most widely used DBMS software. We also have MySQL, we have Microsoft Access, and so much more from the listed ones. We also talked about types of DBMS, where we talked about the hierarchical DBMS, talked about the network DBMS, talked about the relational DBMS, and the object-oriented DBMS. And the last but not the least, where we discussed the advantages and limitations associated with the use of DBMS.